Alright guys, welcome back. Survival Living here. Today's video is probably not what you're going to expect. As many of you guys that watch the channel, most are conservative. There's been an assassination against a conservative figurehead that does a lot of podcasting, talks on campus, debates, and he was took out yesterday. This video is not to push any conspiratorial stuff. I'm just not going to do it. So if you're looking for that in this video, may as well click off. I do have some talking points on some of the things and other issues. I was actually working on another story that happened in Charlotte, North Carolina, back on August 22nd. The stabbing of a Ukrainian refugee, a 23-year-old. And that was the story I was actually trying to put together on that. And then this happened with Charlie Kirk. As of the video right now, the shooter still remains at large with that Utah shooting. They're on the campus. Hopefully they catch the individual. I did see that they had some photos of a suspect. Let's put it that way. The shot was reportedly 150 yards. That's changed a lot. That's about what I'm looking at. Anyway, I watched the full video. I mean, in-depth full video. I actually watch a lot of his videos here on YouTube when he's debating, when he did his Change My Mind debates and stuff. It was never aggressive towards people. He was always very peaceful, articulate his arguments very well. And to have this happen to somebody like that is horrible. It really is. I've gotten emails from people on this, and I've seen it here on the internet too. People are calling for action as far as left versus right and stuff like that. I'm not here to cause a freaking ground war between people because they have different political views. We don't even know what the motive is of the shooter. So people are already jumping on the bandwagons on this stuff right out the gate. I will say this much. In the videos that I watched on this, like I said, I watched multiple different angles on this. And you can see an individual running across the rooftop, low crawling down to the edge. I couldn't make out a rifle or anything else like that, but people that were filming it were pointing it out, and nothing was done with it until after the fact. Seemed like a lot of things happen after the fact. You know, we as preppers would try to prepare for anything and everything, and one of my biggest pet peeves on this channel and online is from comments that I read from people and also other YouTubers screaming and hollering with their AR-15s. I've got this, I got that, I've got body armor, I'm ready to kick ass. Situational awareness in situations, that's the main thing. Now, this particular case with Charlie Kirk, he was at an event speaking. Someone from a distance took a shot. It wasn't close, and not many people in front of you, you know, a couple thousand. It's kind of hard to keep track of stuff like that. That's why you have security and stuff like that, guys. But I'm looking at this objectively as a prepper. And like I said, my original story was going to be on the stabbing in Chicago on the light rail. I will mispronounce this woman's name, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. I have a hard time speaking anyway. But I think it's Irina, 23-year-old refugee that came here in 2022, if I believe my information is correct, with her mother, sister, and brother, escaping the war in Ukraine. And I watched this video all the way through too, and it really pissed me off. Because I've seen stuff like this. I should take that back. Not stabbings, where people do things to others and others just stand there and don't do nothing. Watched the video of her get onto the rail system, sits down, the individual behind her. I watched several minutes with him on CCTV camera talking to himself and stuff like that. Pulls a knife out, stabs her, looks like in the chest, reports saying the neck, 3 times. I don't even think she even realized that she was even stabbed until she fell over and fell into the floor and laid there bleeding out, while everybody that was on that same rail car stood by, not do nothing. Several minutes until she bled out to death. I have seen stuff like that. I remember being on BART. I was out in California back when I was a train rider, and I was coming out of Berkeley. I went there, and I was having to take the BART into San Francisco, so I was going to check out Hay Street and just the historic value of it. You know, I'm already out there, and I watched this guy snatch a cell phone from an individual weaker than him, and the guy that had his phone stolen, screaming, even crying, "Please give me back my phone, please, somebody help me." Nobody's doing anything. I was there. Yeah, picked the guy up, body slammed him, got his phone back, and everybody looked at me like I was the bad guy. Society's changed a great deal, and when I talk about situation awareness, guys, I get it. You'll see the comments on YouTube, on my channel, 100%, all this stuff. That's not going to happen. You'll burn yourself out. Do you need to be aware of surroundings? Yeah, as much as possible, but it's not 100%. The young lady that was stabbed, I watched the videos. She just got off work. She's still in her work uniform, a pizzeria place. And I'm guessing she's going home. But she was busy with her phone, not seeing the individual that was behind her, what his actions were. You know, I've traveled Greyhound, city buses, stuff like that, many times in my life. And I'm going to tell you guys this much. When you see someone popping, I call it popping, they are not right in their head, either some type of narcotics or mental disorder, and they're popping and doing the weird stuff. It's not something of norm where, oh, well, I just won't mess with them. Separate yourself. Plain out and simple on this stuff. The reason I say this is because you don't know what they will do. And quite frankly, they don't know what they'll do until they do it. Original reports on the individual that stabbed the young lady on the rail system. I know there's been pop-ups and stuff like that, guys. I'm not going to play any of the videos or show anything graphic. You can do your own rabbit hole searches on that. He said that he stabbed her because she was reading his mind. Known criminal. Larceny, breaking and entering, robbery, stuff like that. Could be a cop-out that he wants to get an insanity plea. That's possible. I also read reports that he says that the government implanted things in him, which he has no control over his body or his actions. But if you're a career criminal, you'll know what to say to get certain leeways in the judicial system. I want you guys to be aware of your surroundings. Now, with Charlie Kirk's, he was doing an event. They have security, stuff like that. And like I said, I'm not going down the conspiratorial thing with everybody here. I'm not doing that. So I can definitely see an event like that being left out into the open. You can't stop things that are coming. The lady that was in Charlotte, she got on the wrong car at the wrong time, and she was victim of somebody that was there predatorial and went and wanted to kill somebody. I watched the whole video. She didn't do nothing to nobody. Like I said, he said she was reading his mind. Situation like that, watch your surroundings as much as possible. You see people, and I watched the video of this guy, he's talking to himself, doing all kind of weird stuff in the seat way before she ever got there. And then when she sat down, he's still continuing to do his fidgeting and weird stuff behind her. I wouldn't expect him to attack the woman. I just want you guys to be fully aware of your surroundings when you're out. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people calling for action and stuff like that, political wise, and actually more aggressively towards other people just because of political standings, race, whatever. Don't get wrapped up in that. If anything, they're taking a situation trying to divide people even more, and that's how you win over a populace. You get them fighting amongst themselves. Just keep your eyes open out there. Everywhere you go to the grocery store, you see the price of the groceries. I've had people right here on this channel contact me about they've noticed people follow them out of the grocery stores to their vehicles. How they've went home and had people follow, and they live in rural areas where those cars shouldn't be there. I mean, they pretty much know whose cars down certain streets and stuff because there's only so many houses or whatever. Keep your situation awareness up. Thankfully, here in the state of Florida, I saw, I believe it was yesterday or the night before, should be a pop-up there. Florida has reaffirmed their open carry law here. They actually said it's unconstitutional to not have an open carry. So that's good. You guys, stay strapped up. Because when things happen, no one's there to help you. Now, I say this because I watched this girl bleed out in the floor of a light rail system before anybody helped her. There's plenty of people taking pictures and videos and stuff like that. Now, there may have been a couple that were trying to call 911. That's something. But it was several minutes before one gentleman, I won't show the photo, he was trying to help her, trying to put pressure on. They're using napkins, and so he even used his own shirt. But it was what I saw on the floor and stuff. She was already gone. There was way too much blood loss. And just be safe. It's political siding causes violence, but there's also violence out there that doesn't need to have a reason to do it. Just somebody is just sick in the head. Somebody's high on something. There's just some evil people out there. Anyway, guys, appreciate you hanging out with me. Please protect your family. If you have the rights to bear arms, as far as you have no legal standing against you saying you can't have a firearm, get a firearm. Train with that firearm. I'm not just talking about go buy something and just put it away and never shoot it, never practice with it, and never train with it. It needs an extension of your body. Because when the situation arises, you will need to defend yourself and your family. That's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, I'm not here to talk conspiratorial on the shooting there in Utah, race, or anything else, guys. It's a sad day. It really is. And these are not the only two events that's ever happened. All right, these are just the ones that caught headlines. Stuff happens daily, every state. Something goes down. Someone is murdered. Someone is hurt. Someone's raped. Human trafficking. All this stuff. Keep an eye on your children. Keep an eye on your loved ones. Watch your surroundings. All right, guys. I'll speak to y'all later.